Have you ever wondered what it would be like to stand on the surface of a star? Not just any star, but our very own sun, the blazing heart of the solar system. Imagine a sphere of searing plasma, hotter than any furnace on Earth, swirling with invisible magnetic storms that can stretch millions of kilometers. This is not science fiction. This is our sun, and it has a secret life far more dramatic than you might think. While we enjoy its warmth and light every day, the sun is a restless, living entity with moods, tempers, and cycles that govern the very heartbeat of our planet. Today, we're diving deep into the secret life of the sun, uncovering mysteries that scientists are still racing to understand, and revealing truths that might change the way you look up at the sky forever. The sun is, in many ways, a colossal engine. At its core, nuclear fusion powers a reaction that converts hydrogen into helium, releasing an unimaginable amount of energy. To put it into perspective, every second, the sun radiates more energy than humanity has consumed in all of history. This energy travels from the sun's core to its surface over a journey that takes hundreds of thousands of years, finally escaping into space as the sunlight that warms our planet and fuels life itself. But this process is far from static. Inside the sun, matter is in constant motion, rising, falling, twisting, and churning in a never-ending ballet of plasma. Scientists call this convective motion, and it creates patterns on the sun's surface that we can observe as sunspots. These sunspots, dark blemishes on the glowing surface, are more than just curiosities. They are indicators of the sun's magnetic activity, which waxes and wanes in roughly 11-year cycles. During periods of high activity, the sun can unleash solar flares and coronal mass ejections, immense bursts of charged particles that travel through space at millions of kilometers per hour. When these charged storms collide with Earth's magnetic field, they create the spectacular northern and southern lights, auroras that dance across polar skies. But they can also wreak havoc on satellites, disrupt communications, and even threaten power grids. The sun, it seems, is both a life-giver and a cosmic trickster, balancing creation and destruction in ways that affect everything on our planet. If we zoom out, the sun's influence extends far beyond Earth. The solar wind, a constant stream of charged particles flowing from the sun, carves out a bubble in the interstellar medium known as the heliosphere. This bubble protects the planets from high-energy cosmic rays that could otherwise bombard life on Earth. But the solar wind is not uniform. It varies in intensity and composition, and when it interacts with planetary magnetic fields, it can produce stunning auroras or powerful magnetic storms. Imagine the sun as a conductor, orchestrating a symphony of charged particles that plays out across the entire solar system. And yet, despite its enormous influence, the sun itself is just one of billions of stars in our galaxy, a relatively average yellow dwarf in a universe filled with supergiants, neutron stars, and black holes. Beneath the seemingly calm photosphere, where sunlight is born, lies a turbulent underworld. The sun's outer layers are in constant motion, with plasma rising and falling in towering convective cells. These motions generate immense magnetic fields, which can become twisted and knotted like cosmic spaghetti. When these magnetic fields snap or reconnect, they release enormous amounts of energy in the form of solar flares. Some of these flares are so powerful that, if directed at Earth, they could temporarily disrupt satellites or even black out entire regions. But most of the time, the sun's energy reaches us gently, providing the warmth and light necessary for life to thrive. And yet, even in this gentle state, the sun is hiding secrets. Deep within its corona, temperatures soar to millions of degrees far hotter than the surface below. Scientists are still puzzling over why the corona is so incredibly hot, a phenomenon known as the coronal heating problem. It is as if the sun has a hidden furnace at its outermost layer, burning far hotter than its core, defying our understanding of physics. The sun also has moods, and its activity can be surprisingly unpredictable. During the solar maximum, the number of sunspots peaks, and solar flares become more frequent. This period can last several years, and it influences space weather, satellite operations, and even climate patterns on Earth. Conversely, during the solar minimum, the sun becomes quieter with fewer sunspots and less intense activity. Historical records, like the Maunder minimum in the 17th century, suggest that prolonged periods of low solar activity can coincide with cooler climates on Earth, leading to events like the Little Ice Age in Europe. This reminds us that our star is not just a passive provider of light. It is an active participant in the complex environmental system of our planet, capable of subtle and dramatic influence alike. But the sun's secret life extends even further. Beneath its roiling surface, sound waves ripple through the plasma, creating a subtle symphony that scientists can detect and study through a technique called helioseismology. These waves reveal the sun's internal structure from its core to its convective zone, allowing us to map regions we could never observe directly. Through this solar seismology, researchers can detect shifts in rotation rates, track magnetic field cycles, and even predict the emergence of sunspots. It's almost as if the sun is a living organism, pulsing and breathing, with a rhythm that scientists are only beginning to understand. And then there are the solar prominences, gargantuan arcs of plasma that can stretch hundreds of thousands of kilometers into space. Suspended by magnetic fields, these prominences can remain stable for days or weeks before collapsing in spectacular bursts of energy. Observing them is like watching a cosmic dance, with plasma twisting and curling in shapes that defy imagination, glowing against the dark void of space. When these prominences erupt, they can send billions of tons of solar material hurtling into space, sometimes toward Earth. These eruptions, while beautiful, remind us that the sun is a star with a dynamic personality, beautiful, violent, and unpredictable all at once. Let's pause for a moment to consider scale. The sun accounts for more than 99.8% of the mass in our entire solar system. Every planet, asteroid, and comet orbits this central engine, bound by its gravitational grip. Its gravity keeps Mercury, Venus, Earth, and all the other planets on their precise paths, preventing chaos from unfolding in our neighborhood of space. And yet, despite its immense mass, the sun is not invincible. Billions of years from now, it will exhaust the hydrogen fuel in its core, swelling into a red giant that could engulf Mercury, Venus, and potentially Earth. Eventually it will shed its outer layers, leaving behind a white dwarf, a dense, dim ember marking the end of its stellar life. In this distant future, the sun's secret life will continue, but in a dramatically different form, reminding us that even stars are transient, subject to the inexorable march of time. The sun also communicates with us in invisible ways. Its magnetic field lines stretch millions of kilometers into space, connecting with the planets in subtle interactions. Solar flares and coronal mass ejections act like cosmic messengers, carrying energy and information across the solar system. The auroras on Earth are one form of this communication, visible proof that our planet is constantly listening and responding to the sun's messages. Even the solar wind carries particles that have traveled millions of kilometers, tracing the contours of magnetic fields and telling the story of a star in motion. In a sense, the sun is both the storyteller and the story, weaving a narrative that spans billions of years and countless kilometers of space. And yet, despite centuries of observation, the sun still hides secrets. New instruments, like NASA's Parker Solar Probe, are venturing closer to the sun than any spacecraft before, sending back data that challenge our assumptions and reveal unexpected phenomena. We're discovering that the solar wind is more turbulent than we imagined, that tiny magnetic structures ripple through the corona, and that the sun's atmosphere is far more dynamic and complex than ever anticipated. Each discovery adds another layer to our understanding, yet also opens new questions, reminding us that the sun's life is a mystery in constant evolution, never fully revealed, always surprising. Even in its quieter moments, the sun is a powerhouse. Solar radiation drives the water cycle, powers photosynthesis, and sets the stage for weather and climate on Earth. Without the sun, life as we know it would be impossible. Yet in its immense power, there is also vulnerability. Variations in solar output can influence climate, and extreme solar storms have the potential to disrupt technology on which our modern civilization depends. In this way, the sun is both a nurturing parent and a cosmic wildcard, shaping the past, present, and future of our planet with invisible hands. Let's take a moment to think about the colors of the sun. To our eyes, it appears golden, white, or yellow, depending on the time of day and atmospheric conditions. But if we could see it in all wavelengths of light, the sun would reveal a rainbow of activity. Ultraviolet light highlights its searing outer atmosphere, X-rays show intense magnetic storms, and radio waves map invisible structures twisting in the corona. Each wavelength tells a different part of the sun's story, painting a picture of a star that is more complex and alive than we can perceive with our senses alone. The sun's secret life also reminds us of the fragility and resilience of life on Earth. Its steady light and warmth have allowed life to flourish for billions of years, yet it is also capable of sudden, violent events that remind us of our place in the cosmos. Observing the sun is like peering into a mirror, reflecting both the power of nature and the delicate balance that sustains us. We are connected to this star in ways both obvious and invisible, dependent on its cycles, its storms, and its energy for survival. So next time you step outside on a sunny day, take a moment to consider the star above. Think of the churning plasma, the magnetic fields twisting invisibly, the solar flares racing outward, and the slow, inexorable fusion powering every photon that touches your skin. Imagine the sun as a living entity, a cosmic heart beating in the vastness of space, influencing everything from the smallest insect to the largest planet, guiding the solar system with a force that is both gentle and immense. Its secret life continues, hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to observe, understand, and marvel. If you found this journey into the sun's secret life fascinating, there's so much more to explore. Stars like our sun are just the beginning. Supernova, black holes, and distant galaxies all have stories that can expand our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Hit that like button if you enjoyed uncovering the hidden world of our star, and leave a comment below sharing what surprised you the most about the sun. Don't forget to subscribe to Cosmic Horizon Hub and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next adventure into the mysteries of the universe. Remember, the cosmos is full of secrets, and together, we're here to uncover them, one star at a time.